This bike might be the slowest bike in the world, but it's still possibly one of the greatest bikes ever made. Cue the intro. Guys, I'm here with a 2007, my newest, greatest friend, Suzuki DR 200. Not the 250, not the 400, not a DRZ, not a DRZ SM. It's the DR 200. And this bike weighs 250 pounds at a whopping 20 horsepower and I think like 15 foot-pounds of torque. This thing is a blast to drive. I love these bikes. You know, it's just a classic dirt bike that you can ride on the street. Super light. You can pick it up. Maybe I pick the whole, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna pick the whole thing up, forget about it. And even though I look kind of goofy, I kind of like devour the bike, I still love it. It's still just a blast, a ton of fun to drive. Now it's not super fast. It will get you up, up to like 55, maybe 60 highway speeds if you wanted to, but that's not what it's made for. This bike is just made to be just fun, versatile, go anywhere. I mean, go anywhere you want to, just depending on what type of tires you want to have, and just have a blast. If you wanted to ride one bike in any season, rain, snow, dirt, anything, I mean, this bike is going to get it done. It's going to get done very cheaply, inexpensively, and there's no frills, there's no bells and whistles. When people ask me, like, I'm looking for, I want to start riding, I normally tell them two things. One, get some old Japanese cruiser bike for cheap, beat it up, make sure it runs good, put good tires on it, and learn how to ride on something like that. You drop it, you don't feel bad about it. Find something for less than like 2,000 bucks. Or I tell them, get something like this. Now these are harder to find. These are much harder to find something that's street legal. These enduro bikes that are street legal and small. But if you can find one, these are awesome bikes to ride on. And then you can ride on them, get your girlfriend to learn how to ride on it. You could put a passenger on the back of this thing. It does have pegs. Now, at this point, you're probably maxing out the weight, but you know what? Who cares? Screw it. You have a girl on the back of your bike. This is the best thing ever. It's got all your turn signals in here. All these things definitely look a little outdated, but it doesn't matter. That's not the point. So everything's very simple with this motorcycle. Little tiny 200cc motor, little tiny Mikuni carburetor, and it's right there. It's the most accessible carburetor. You could probably rebuild the whole thing without even taking it off the engine. The rear brakes are drums, front is a single disc. It's just your basic awesome motorcycle. This is the bike you should be learning how to ride on. And let's go take it for a spin. All right, guys, for the test drive, through the words of wisdom, John 14:6, Jesus said to him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes unto the Father but by me. Very, very controversial statement, not in the Christian faith, but in like the world and reality, because Jesus is claiming that he is the only way when some people say there's multiple ways. All right, so this is a little DR 200, not a 250. And these bikes are so awesome. This is the bike. Now I'm sure I look like a giant on this bike, but that's fine. I don't care. These bikes are so awesome. When people are like, hey, what bike should I start on? I normally tell them two things. A little cool enduro dirt bike like this, although they're harder to find. But if you can, these are great. You can drop them and you can take them off-road and you can beat them up and just no one cares. No one cares. You can't hurt these bikes. Or you buy an old import. You buy an old 80s, 90s import for dirt cheap, and you do the same thing. You beat it up and you drop it and you love it and you learn how to ride and you learn how to work on bikes and you learn how everything works. And there we go. You'd be surprised about how much fun you could have with a little awesome bike like this. I mean, I've got a 90cc bike at home. It'll do 45. Something like this, 200 cc's will absolutely get you going highway speeds. This thing just throws it in the corners. I feel like I'm running out of gas. that's not good. Because I think we're already on reserve. I might keep this test drive short. Metal tank, because if it's gonna be street legal, it's gotta be a metal tank. I'm not really sure why that is, but that just is what it is. A little bike like this, just winding out, using it for all it's got. You can take it off-road if you wanted to. You can do like logging trails. You can do probably pretty decent off-road stuff. All depends on how aggressive your tires are. You could also do like, I could see having a bike like this and building your own little like flat track course and just getting sideways into all the corners and stuff. Man, guys, it would be a blast to do stuff like that. So many people would look at a bike like this and be like, oh, it's small, it's dumb, it's not awesome, it's too small, I need something bigger. I need a 1200 dirt bike. I need a 1500 dirt bike. I need a 96 cubic inch dirt bike. And it doesn't work that way. You know, it's not about who's got the biggest dirt bike. I need a 1000, I need a dirt bike that's powered by 1000cc Suzuki engine. Dirt bikes are a little different game, and you get to enjoy them in a different way. You don't necessarily want a huge giant motor. 200 is a blast, and it's all about the way you ride it. If you can handle this bike, and if you can take that bike in a corner faster than the guy who's just trying to handle his bike and keep the front end down, you know what I mean? You're gonna have more fun. You're gonna be faster than him. If you ride bike, you're looking for something for your girl to ride. This could also be, you know, because this thing is light. But also if you want something for you to ride, because this thing is awesome. I really do like these bikes. Easy to work on. Super easy to work on. Single carburetor. That's it. And you can see how good it runs. I didn't even choke it. Maybe it's already on choke. I don't know. I'm not even going to attempt a 0 to 60. I don't got that much time. Bark busters on here. Fold away bark busters. I actually went to a dirt track. I would call it like dirt track skills, motorcycle skills, like racing type of school. It's called American Super Camp. It was a blast. And we were riding like little bikes like this, little TTR 125s, and it was awesome. You couldn't ask for anything more. You know, on a small little course, you barely ever got out of third gear. If you were in third gear on a course like that, man, you were flying. You felt like you were just flying because you were like 10 feet away from a wall. But a bike like this has plenty of torque. You can take this thing anywhere, go through anything. If I wanted to ride through that, I would do it. Even though this thing's small, this is more versatile than most, probably all the bikes inside my shop right now. And that definitely, and it's light, so if you get stuck, you pick it up and pull it out. Also, throw it on the back of a motorhome, throw it on the back of in the back of a van. I'm thinking about keeping one of these bikes just inside the trunk of my Cadillac, just as like in case I run out of gas. Just all the time. It just lives there. It lives back there. I got some like non-ethanol fuel in there. That's an idea. These things are sweet. All right, guys, that wraps it up. We'll see you guys later.